Discourse for Christmas night. The birth of Jesus Christ. Part 2. No sooner had Mary entered into the cavern than she began immediately to pray. And the hour of her delivery being come, she loosened her hair out of reverence, spreading it over her shoulders. And behold, she sees a great light. She feels in her heart a heavenly joy. She casts down her eyes, and O God, what does she see? She sees on the ground an infant, so tender and beautiful that he fills her with love. But he trembles, he cries, and stretches out his arms to show that he desires she should take him into her bosom. I stretched forth my arms to seek the caresses of my mother, according to the revelation of Saint Bridget. Mary calls Joseph. Come, Joseph, said she, come and see, for the Son of God is now born. Joseph comes, and when he sees Jesus already born, he adores him in the midst of a torrent of sweet tears. The old man entered, and prostrating himself, wept for joy. Then the Blessed Virgin reverently took her beloved Son in her arms, and placed him in her bosom. She tried to warm him by the heat of her cheeks and of her bosom. Pressing him to her cheeks and bosom, she warmed him with all the joy and tenderness of a mother's love. Consider the devotion, the tenderness, the love which Mary felt at seeing in her arms and on her breast the Lord of the world, the Son of the Eternal Father, who had deigned even to become her Son, choosing her from amongst all women to be his mother. Mary, now holding him to her bosom, adores him as God, kissing his feet as her King, and then his face as her Son. Then she hastily seeks to cover him and wraps him up in swaddling clothes. But, O God, how hard and rough are those clothes, for they are the clothes of the poor, and they are cold and damp, and in that cave there is no fire to warm them by. Come, ye monarchs and emperors, come, all ye princes of the world, come and adore your highest King, who for love of you is now born, and born in such poverty in a cave. But who appears? No one. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. Ah, the Son of God has indeed come into the world, but the world will not know him. But if men do not come, the angels draw near to adore their Lord. Thus did the Eternal Father ordain for the honor of his Son. And let all the angels of God adore him. They come in great numbers and praise their God, singing with great joy. Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to men of good will. Glory to the divine mercy, which instead of chastising rebellious men, causes this same God to take upon himself their punishment, and so to save them. Glory to the divine wisdom, which has devised a means of satisfying his justice, and at the same time of delivering man from the death he had deserved. Glory to the divine power, destroying in so signal a manner the powers of hell, by the divine word coming in poverty to suffer pains, contempt, and death, and thus to draw the hearts of men to himself, and to leave everything for his sake, honors, riches, and life, as so many virgins and young men have done, and even nobles and princes, to show their gratitude for the love of this God. Finally, glory to the divine love, which induced God to become a little child, poor and lowly, to live a hard life, and to die a cruel death, in order to show man the love which he bears him, to gain his love in return. In the stable, we see power reduced to impotence, the wisdom become mad through excess of love. We see in this stable, says St. Lawrence Justinian, the power of God as it were annihilated. We see God, who is wisdom itself, become as it were a fool through the excess of love which he bears to men. End of part 2.